Unbelievable. In America. And the market scope for January 11th to the 15th, 2021. Wow, what a week it was. It could have been a trap within a trap. Think about that. Trap within a trap. So I was reading the new moon chart and it said that it is the destruction of the state by the will of the people. It doesn't say who or what, it is the will of the people. Anyway, astrology is ancient, but it predicts with amazing accuracy. Astrology and religion are banned in communist countries. What's happening here and now in the US is like watching a Hollywood movie by Clint Eastwood or Ben Affleck. I love suspense dramas. I just love David Baldacci's books. I think he's one of the best writers or suspense writers. So I have to tiptoe so I don't say the wrong thing because we're not supposed to talk about that C word. But I can't believe that Josh Hawley's book was canceled by Simon and Schuster. And about 4 years ago, I painted this painting, and it's titled Machine by Zakar. And when I exhibited it, people just looked at it in disbelief. They really couldn't make out what I was doing or where I was going. But I was painting the future. See, I painted Trump voters in a painting titled Of Men and Mice. I borrowed the title from John Steinbeck. I received criticism simply because I put the president in it. Even a legal counsel was brought in to inform all the artists that it is illegal to put a person's face on the canvas. I knew that message was meant for me. I was just painting the future because that's what I do. I read the future. You'll see in this painting the mice jumping out of the woodworks to their leader. And I have to cover up the face. Anyway, astrology is banned in China because people are supposed to worship their communist leaders. Nobody wants to hear that heaven plans to break down to rebuild. But look at it. That's what's happening. At a personal level, many of you will focus on your career and strategies to achieve success. Some of you may even experience discomfort around your knees. Be careful so you don't fall. There's a tendency to dig through old stuff in the basement. Pay special attention to your responsibilities. Because this week is all about responsibilities and getting ahead in your career or in your life. And actually, this week is a follow-through from last week. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about and showing. And I got this from the Japanese channels. For some reason, they tend to be quicker. So this is a follow-through, and the Son of Heaven shouldn't take unnecessary chances. Now I'm just reading this about this week. The Son of Heaven is like the leader. Shouldn't take unnecessary chances. Re-examine plans at least twice. Protect his home, family, and friends. Monkey wrench could get thrown where some things get disrupted suddenly. This is a disruptive week, and Thursday and Friday will be very important. People will become daring and feel the need to make their move, but be careful, don't be reckless. Check everything twice. There'll be lots of government news, chaos, lots of politics, mob activity, group gatherings, or congregations. For Pelosi, the financial matters are promising. Maybe stimulus will finally get done, but something is unsettling that could make her unhappy and angry. Matters at home may not be good. Therefore, not all is good. There are strings attached. for Biden, too. Financial opportunities from behind the scenes with strings attached could make him emotionally uneasy. So here's something I want to share with you. It's out there. Well, actually, it's in Japan, in the internet. There's a lot of Trumpers in Japan, and many are uploading information pretty rapidly. They're a day ahead of us, and the info seems to travel faster than ours. They can't incite violence because they aren't speaking English, nor are they physically here, so that could be the reason. I heard a siren in one of these videos. I heard a siren, and so this came from Canada, I guess. They must have declared martial law. The first week of January, I talked about blackouts and electricity outages and communication blackouts or shutdowns. Here we are experiencing it. Let's start with China. China is having severe blackouts. There are electricity controls, and they are engaged in a trade fight with Australia. Australia's Morrison is a populist, and Australia exports coal, but China decided they don't need Australian coal. They are cutting their nose to spite their face. I guess that's the saying. However, the Vatican too is having blackouts or electricity disruptions. I think this is because they are part of this some affair or the affair that is going on around us. Yes, it's like watching a suspense thriller. Look up Italy disruptions in the Vatican. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes, and this has to do with action taken when Mars crossed over 28 degrees Aries on January 3rd. And yes, this has to do with what is happening or is going to happen in the U.S. So if you have money in the market, you have to be very careful. Remember, we shut down Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Remember Guantanamo Bay? And you'll see in one of the videos that I'm showing about this great voice or grand voice or something like that. And that has to do with the Guantanamo Bay. I guess that that's like communications with the entire world. And I guess that belongs to the U.S. government. So what's happening there? And if the leader is going to talk, I guess he can talk over that communications line. So what happened to Twitter? And I heard that 80 million Trumpers left to go to Parler. I also hear that it's now in a deep hole, like they can't get out. I think it's called bankruptcy. I'm not sure, but I know they racked up a huge loss. But that's, kind of common sense, right? When you have so many people that just exits. So something is going on there too. Maybe they got taken over. Who knows? Amazon Web Services dropped Parler. I saw the reason why, which I won't translate here, and the government switched to Jedi. That's Microsoft. So look that up and you'll find information there. And I hear Kamala Harris has not resigned her post as senator. Why? Doesn't she believe that inauguration will take place, or is she hedging? In an inauguration, doesn't the leader have to pass the office on to the next leader to be, right? So who's going to pass the title of president to the next president if the current president is missing? This is weird, huh? Now, if Nancy shows up tomorrow to pass the stimulus bill or announce it, then she would be doing okay, right? That part I think is good. But there's news that she's been arrested, but I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard. So it could be fake. We'll find out this week. Look at NPR's article. You see that? The rally and speech took place at 11 a.m. and this article was already up at 9 a.m. Well, how did they know this? Well, maybe they're psychic. The raid happened at 1 p.m. How did they know at 9 a.m. what was going down that day, that afternoon? I got this out of the Japanese channel. I'm just sharing it with you. So why are you seeing JFK Jr.'s t-shirts? Well, this is now popular and trending in Japan. They're saying that JFK Jr. is alive. I got this from the Japanese channel too. So, by the way, you see this? I got this from the Japanese channel. Do you see someone you know there? I guess that was recently uploaded. So let's get on to Market Scope. The underlying theme is caution, caution, caution. Check at least twice before you move. What could move the markets? Stimulus, bonds, the government, Fed, and political chaos. Well, what's new? Nothing really. It's just a follow-through of last week. Mercury is about to retrograde, and I could overlook something. That's why I am cautioning, because there could be errors or maybe I missed something. That's typical when Mercury retrogrades. So Monday should be a bullish day. Tech, tech, tech. Watch it. So watch communication. Keep your ears to the news while watching your intraday moves on TradeStation or whatever software you use. The news is foremost. Look if the Fed, Nasdaq, Whale, or Bank of Japan owns the markets, the stocks, will they crash it now when the White House is under attack? I don't think so. But be careful. Make sure you have a good internet connection or any electrical connection that is, you want to make sure that it's there. Look out for announcements. This week is about government and politics and our missing president. Tuesday is more bearish than bullish. There's more focus on the bonds than on the dollar. 2 weeks ago, the focus was on the dollar. Wednesday could be rocky with bears and bulls. Be very cautious on Wednesday, and especially going into Thursday, and you may want to even check the extended hours. Thursday, keep your eyes and ears this time. Both eyes and ears wide open for news. The markets will move accordingly. Expect the unexpected to happen. Friday, keep your eyes and ears wide open for news. Move conservatively, and thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe and hit that notification button. If you don't like it, that's okay. Hit that dislike